Aye, so anyway, they were all rewarded for good deeds, like putting in the guy's wallet. And as I was saying, that they claim that they've got these glasses, like the Google Glass. Don't know if you've ever seen that, but I think that turned out to be a hoax. But you could have a pair of glasses, and then one of the lenses you could look and get access to the internet. Well, they reckon that the Chinese police are going to be using such glasses in their big database, or what you call the smart grid. Now, over here they're talking about a thing called 5G, you know, your 5G, what is it? They're all saying, oh, they're going to kill us all, and fucking 5G will fry all our brains, and, you know, there's all sorts of things going on about that. But I was watching a thing, it was this guy talking, it was lampposts outside your house, these new lampposts. And on the top of the light, on the top of it, there's like an antenna. And what they're saying is that it's part of this smart system, spyware. What it'll do is it'll spy on everything in your household. What you watch, you know, whatever, what you access, how you spend your money. Now over in China there, if you buy too many games, for instance, you can lose your credits. So it looks like there's just going to be total enslavement of this system, and it's all getting tried out in China. That's really terrible. The smart grid, is that why they've got the big empty cities called smart cities? Nobody lives in them. Are they going to eventually put all the ones that are trained up to go and live in them in China? Ah, well, go and have a look at this graveyard. I mean, this grave here, I'll come back to it. This here. This gravestone. Beside in the graveyard. I mean, incidentally, although this is like a mausoleum now, this was the Drummonds Chapel, with the health services and that here. The Drummonds are say big landlords, landowners. They own a big castle just along the road there called Drummond Castle. It's famous for its gardens. I don't know if you've ever seen the film Rob Roy. There's a scene in Rob Roy where Rob Roy has a duel with a taxman. It takes place in the basement of that castle. If you go on YouTube and just put in the fences scene, you'll be able to see it. So they reckon at this place here, started building this in the 15th century. That's the claim. Now I've been here, I've looked at all these gravestones. That one there's, don't know if you can see that, can you? Can't even know this bloody 1883. Right, so all the ones that we see are all 18th century. One goes back to, what was the earliest 18th century grave, Donna? Was it 1807? 1807 or something, the grave there. The graves here is, these graves are, that's like, a lot of them don't even have a date, but that one's 1842. Right. That one, that's a modern one. This one here, it's modern. Some graves, as I say, don't have any dates on them. Some built into the wall. Remember that wee one there being caught out in the mud flood? Look at this. What's this one?
1812.
There's one there. It's here. 1812.
1809. can't really sing that because it's right down at the bottom.
Okay. Right, so that's 18th century. So, you know, there's quite a lot in the walls. Look at this one. You can't make out. There doesn't seem to be any dates, but they've got the Masonic stuff. See the square? There's a hammer. Here. So, Clay was built this in the started building this in the 15th century. The graves that you're seeing here are 18th century. I'll show you inside this building. So they claim that this is the first and oldest library in Scotland, and it was 16 something that they established this public library, a lending library. If you look at the building here, that's a library there. This is the back end of it. If you look at this old 15th century building, as they claim, it's built right up next to it. See it? So obviously the lending library, I don't know if that building was built in the 16th century, I'll tell you why exactly. If you looked at part one, you would have seen me going up a spiral staircase. Right, so that's up that door there. And then looked out from, let's see, up there. Up above the arch. It's a wee slot. You can look into the rest of the building. But it says here, a painted ceiling. Which must have got the housing replastered. It says that the painted ceiling above adorned the nave. The end of the church here was the family members' public bursar. Right, this is what it says, right, up that spiral staircase. The loft upstairs once housed the Drummond book collection, which forms the basis of the library next door. Right, so I don't reckon that building next door was built in the 16th century, but here's the thing up here. There is stone in the wall, if you can see it. Dates here. Here. It says December the 22nd, 1650, plus November the 7th, 1638. So these are 16th century. Right. Now, they've got this stone as I showed you earlier. This was a stone in I think it was Children, it was allegedly buried under this. If you look at this, you see the figures of children. They all look like girls, every one. But at the side there, you see, hey look, that's it there in the photo where it was outside. Now that is meant to be there for the 16th century. Right, I mean, look how perfect it is. Now here, at the side. It says some can't make it out, but it's 1670 something. That's 1678. That's 1680. Down here is 1634, 1632. Let's see. What? 16 something. Can't make that out. 1699. Well, you know, there are some, 16 something, a lot of people died then, or kids. If you look at this, how smooth it is. It's not worn with rain or anything if it's been out there for hundreds of years. This looks all really smooth and not that long ago that's been fashioned. I mean, look at this wee thing here. That's not 1600. Definitely is not. And these here, they're acorns. And they're perfect. They're perfect. Got some wear here. And some at the base. Oh, but I don't believe that's 16th century. And what are these things that are around there? Making a circle. I don't believe that. Look, the noses aren't even worn. Still got all the detail of the feathers on the wings there. I mean, you've got wee castles there, and then you've got that one up here. That looks as though it's just been freshly made, moulded and put on there. So do they. It just looks like smooth clay. The whole thing. I mean, look at the nose. That was inside for hundreds of years. It's the back here. So I showed that. That's stones here. Unless they're repointed or something like that. Resurfaced it, but there's no restoration. It says it's been restored. Well, get back here. Let's look at the photograph. And there's a photograph. I'm looking at it, it just looks exactly the same as it's sitting in here. Looks exactly the same. Exactly. See, that's sat outside there for hundreds of years. You see that? Where? I'm not wearing that. I see they're putting on a play outside, it's Macbeth. Maybe put that on outside the building. I think that's highly unlikely that that was made in the 16th century. Why is the graves? Why the whole 18th century? Where's all the 16th century ones? I don't get that. Yeah, that's all. So how are you saying those? I'll see what that says. They're making waves. It says The Drummond coat of arms is usually shown in red and gold. The family first appeared in records in the 1200s, and in 1605 the clan chief was created Earl of Perth. They were stripped of this title twice for supporting the Jacobite cause. Many of them were buried here at Innerperthry. Look for the coat of arms carved on the outside of the chapel. Right. Says the Drummonds. Can you see this? The Drummonds built the chapel 500 years ago for private worship and family burials. Part of it became home to Scotland's first lending library. Welcome to Innerperthry Chapel. A short walk to paradise. There was a chapel here in early 1365, but Lord Drummond built this new one in the 1500s. It's near the family's former home of Innerperthry Castle. Left, that's a ruin now. Initially there were 4 chaplains here, but by 1542 this was a collegiate chapel. It was home to a college of priests dedicated to praying for the family's smooth passage to heaven. A most Catholic family. Oh, I better not talk about the Catholics. Priests of canons held mass here daily. Family members would attend regularly and would also gather for christenings and burial services. Celebrating mass ended in theory with the Protestant Reformation of 1560. The College of Priests was disbanded. However, records show that the family continued the traditions of Roman Catholic worship. In 1581, this building was still called the Church of the Blessed Virgin Mary of Innerperthry. The Drummonds supported the Catholic Jacobite cause in the 1715-1745 risings. It says in the late 1600s, David Drummond, the third Lord Madarty, lent people books from his family's collection in the chapel's loft space. This formed the basis of the Innerperthry Library, which is now housed next door. Oh well. Jacobites, Protestants, Catholics. Well, we can't talk about the Catholics. Ugh, well, I think that will wraps that up. You know. Yes, graves. Some of them don't even have dates on them. This is a modern one. Somebody there died in 1867, somebody 1889 and 1881. It's a modern stone. It's a modern stone with all the dates put on it. You get this. That's old. Oh, that's one. What happened there? That's an old one. There's still people getting buried here. There's a bit around the back with a couple of modern graves. So some families have still got plots here. That one there. 1920 and 1935. I'll show you the front of the chapel, the library. This is the front of it. I don't know when they built that, but see what it says. Says the Magna Carta of the Scottish Mind, Arthur Herman. Herman the German, the Library of Innerperthry. Herman, the Magna Carta of the Scottish Mind. Herman doesn't sound very Scottish mindness, does it? So this being Sunday, it's all boarded up. We've got an original, they claim an original King James Bible. I was up here last year and we were in there. You get the books out and you can go through them. Fucking big massive book, all bound in leather and steel plate. That was interesting. It shows you the big lineage, the big family tree for Adam and Eve, believe it or not, right up to present times. It shows you all these families that claim they have a bloodline to the original man and woman. I tell you, it's in the King James Bible. Oh. Hey. That's a claim. Well, anyway, thanks for listening.